Hey guys, welcome back to another Ginger Ninja gaming video, and oh my god, I'm so stressed. We're finally here, part 4, hopefully the finale part of my plan for 2025 for what I've done so far, which I've been planning over for the last few months, and I'm very proud of what I've accomplished and came up with, and maybe in another video I might even play through some of play a match of some of the matches that I talked about at some of the different PLEs I came up with. I think that would be fun to do. But if I played through every match that I talked about, oh my god, this would go for at least like 300 hours. I swear to God. Okay, so we're getting into Fastlane. Previously, we just did SummerSlam, and a quick reminder of some of the stuff that happened recently. The women's Money in the Bank winner was Bayley. The men's Money in the Bank Yeet in the Bank winner was Jey Uso. Um, Jacob Fatu currently holds the Intercontinental Championship. Roman Reigns lost his WWE Universal Championship to Drew McIntyre, who was King of the Ring. And Randy Orton, the Black Mask, took out John Cena. Also, you're probably wondering about where am I putting, the female championships and the PLEs in terms of the female Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship. I feel like those that should mainly be defended upon just their appropriate shows, SmackDown and Raw, because then most PLEs only go for like 5 matches, so like it's just a lot. Obviously, maybe for SummerSlam Night 2, like I said in the last one, missed out on had a few gaps there. Maybe we could have had a United States Championship defense there, as well as the Women's Intercontinental Championship defense there. Anyway, holy crap, we're at Fastlane, guys. We're almost on this little journey. Uh, so, starting off Fastlane. Fastlane's going to be a small PLE, and I wanted to bring it back because I love Fastlane in 2023. And I was a bit bummed that it wasn't in 2024. Fastlane was such a cool PLE, especially with the murder cards you can see on the stage right there, and had some phenomenal matches. Holy crap! Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We had uh LA Knight and John Cena taking down Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. We had Jay and Cody defeating Damian and Finn for the tag team championships, which the press conference afterwards was phenomenal. Like it was just amazing. But the first match of Fastlane is um, it's a females championship match, and it's gotta go. I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, and Rhea Ripley finally wins it back after her loss at, was it Backlash or King Queen of the Ring? I can't specifically remember which one I had it down for. She finally gets it back off Roxanne Perez. And yeah, so that's the first match opening. It's a good match. Pretty brutal. Just an angry Rhea, kind of like a Rhea with Liv Morgan. By the end of it, she's just fed up. This is, been an ongoing feud for months and months now, since, May. It's in September now. So, yeah, so Rhea finally gets her championship back as World Heavyweight Champion. Next up, and if you remember, in accordance to, was it, I can't even remember if it was SummerSlam? Yeah, SummerSlam. We had the mixed tag team match of the Terror Twins versus Roxanne Perez and CM Punk. Now we're getting them in the separate thing. So we're getting CM Punk versus Damian Priest as a match. And the winner of this match is actually CM Punk, surprisingly. Unfortunately, Damian Priest does not win this match. But yeah, I think it was important to end this sort of feud, CM Punk versus Damian Priest. Because, the Terror Twins won their mixed tag team match, and so CM Punk was like, well, I'm not going to lose this against Damian Priest. My feud against Damian Priest, I need a win. CM Punk beats Damian Priest and wins. Next up, here we go. Oh my gosh, John Cena is after a new title. John Cena versus Jacob Fatu for the Intercontinental Championship. So if you remember correctly, Jacob Fatu defended it successfully against Bron Breakker, which would be a match in lifetime in the making. So not a lifetime in the making, a once in a lifetime type of match, because that was just iconic. And we're getting it again here. We're getting another fantastic match. We're getting John Cena versus Jacob Fatu. Are you kidding me right now? This match would be crazy good. And John Cena wins. I hate to break it to you. John Cena defeats Jacob Fatu, and John Cena wins another championship. He becomes the Intercontinental Champion. I think, yeah, that's a really nice one. Next up, we have... Oh, my legs. I've been sitting in the same spot for too long. A cat has just entered my room. Because I've been filming all 4 parts, literally just one after the other. So I've been in this one spot for like 4 hours. Oh my god. There's a cat. I hope you don't mind if you hear meowing. Don't worry. Anyway, next up for the WWE Women's Championship, we have Jade defending it against Naomi. Naomi's finally had enough, and she's trying to stand up for her sister, Bianca Belair, and Jade's like, that's it. I'm having a crack at this. And Naomi loses. Jade wins again. Jade is victorious. Next up, we have the finale match of the main event of Fastlane. So this only has 4 matches, but doesn't need many. Oh, sorry, 5. And here we go. This is a match that, oh my god, it is the OG Bloodline versus this new team, that a new alliance that I've still had it with the OG Bloodline. So let me put the OG Bloodline down first. So we got ourselves the Roman Reigns. We got ourselves main event Jey Uso, Yeet in the Bank Holder. We have Jimmy Uso, and then of course we got the honorary Uso, Sami Zayn. The OG Bloodline, and they are fighting against this new team that have just had it with the OG Bloodline, and they want to put an end to the OG Bloodline for good. The team leader for OG Bloodline is obviously Roman Reigns, but for this team, it's Drew McIntyre. We then have LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Seth freaking Rollins. I can't tell you how much. I can't even physically say how big of a main event this would be. We've got this new alliance that we'll see for the next few months from September onwards, and this is a 4 versus 4 match, and obviously Drew McIntyre's got Roman's title, so Roman's just pretty angry. Anyway, and obviously KO's angry obviously at Roman and Sami, and then Seth's angry at Roman and Sami, and it's just like, and LA Knight's always hated Roman Reigns since, like I said, Crown Jewel 2022. So these 4 have formed an alliance, and I think that's a really interesting thing in terms of faction and team making. They aren't forming a faction, but it's just an alliance, but it's something to consider. And so this match would be the main event. Obviously, why would it not be the main event? And the winners are the OG Bloodline. Some of you may be surprised by that, but the OG Bloodline work together, get the job done. And yeah, that's it. And now moving on to Bad Blood. I don't know. I don't. There's not a bad blood. Damn it. There's not a Bad Blood arena. There will be for 2K25 though. We're starting strong. Bad Blood. This is just people have had enough of each other. This is end of the year. People just it's a World War III. There's blood everywhere, and like Bad Blood's kind of like the beginning of war, and then Survivor Series is part two. They're both like Bad Blood and Survivor Series literally sound like World War III. This is a Hell in a Cell match. And this ends. Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. Bad Blood. Hell in a Cell match. For the WWE Women's Championship. In a Hell in a Cell match. This is a brutal, bloody mess. And it's kind of the end of their feud. And it's significant that it's in a Hell in a Cell match. Not just because they hate each other. And it's a Hell in a Cell match. Hell in a Cell worthy match. But also, their final match as allies was also in a Hell in a Cell. See, I'm thinking, I have been planning this out, guys. I don't just put two and two people together randomly. Like, I've been planning this out. I've been planning feuds, alliances, etc. But like I said, there's so many wrestlers. Like, there's like 200 wrestlers in this goddamn game. And yes, you know, quite a few of them are like old wrestlers that don't wrestle anymore. It's still hard to cover everything and everyone. And the winner of this is Bianca. So Bianca Belair dethrones Jade Cargill using, you know, the cage and the weapons and the Hell in a Cell match. And Bianca Belair becomes the WWE Women's Championship. Yeah, that's it. That's the opening match. Next up, we're no longer in Hell in a Cell, so I might as well just go back to normal. We've got... Now this is going to be good. And I say good, I mean good. I mean so good. Braun Breaker has another match. And I've been wanting this feud for a while. I've been wanting this match for a while. And I'll tell you why. First off, this is like the meatiest, manliest, toughest match you could possibly think of. I mean, there's more better ones, but you know, this is one of them. And on top of that, also, they had a face-off. And I feel like people are forgetting this, and it's annoying me so much. In towards the end of 2024, when Braun Breaker was still the Intercontinental Champion, I don't know if this was after he had gotten it off Jay or before he lost it to Jay. I mean, yeah, he had a face-off with Gunther and said, "Oh, I'll be after you real soon." What happened to that storyline? Out the window. Like, seriously, WWE throws so many, like, oh, we could, like, they start to form a plot. There's a conversation involved. We're like, oh, this will be a storyline. Then they never talk about it or see it again. Like, for example, throughout 2024, when Jey Uso was like, me and my boy Sami Zayn backstage, being interviewed, Jey Uso was like, me and my boy Sami Zayn, we're gonna go and get the tag team titles off the Judgment Day, which was at the time Finn Balor and JD McDonough, which is one of the worst tag team title reigns in history. They defended it like twice over like 200 days. Like, seriously, disgusting. Triple H, what were you thinking? But anyway, yeah, there was supposed to be Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. There was literally a promo and nothing happened. So anyway, we're finally getting this at Bad Blood. I think this is a worthy match. This is a war-worthy match. It's a gruesome mess. And like, there'll be just slaps and chops everywhere and German suplexes and spears and oh my god, and chokeholds. And yeah, the winner is Gunther, which isn't taking much off Braun Breaker because Gunther is literally like one of the best wrestlers there is. And yeah, next up we have a female match, and it is Bayley versus... Oh my god, what am I doing? Carmella Part 2 in an ambulance match. So throughout September, and they start fighting each other again and feuding with each other again. And, it gets to the point where Pierce is like, you know what, you two can fight a bad blood, but it's going to be a brutal fight, and I can't be stuffed wheeling one of you out in a wheelchair or whatever, calling an ambulance. Why not make it easier for me and have the ambulance be a part of the match, and you get escorted out through, yeah. Anyway, so we have Bailey versus Carmella Part 2 at Bad Blood in an ambulance match, the one and only ambulance match of the year, but I haven't seen one ever on WWE. Like growing up, like I can't remember when the last one was. Obviously, when there was one, I wasn't watching WWE back, and I only really got into WWE back in like 2020. So, uh, yeah, so it's interesting. We got Bailey versus Carmella Part 2. I think this would be another really nice match. They had their first match off at WrestleMania. And yeah, that's it. Now, moving on, we have. So Bailey wins that. John Cena's next title defense against. But this time, obviously, it's the Intercontinental Championship. So many John Cena's in this game, and this is going to be a special one. It's Bad Blood, so it's obviously going to be someone that he had a strong feud against in his history. Someone that he hated. And I'm telling you right now, I found it. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, you're here with me on this one. John Cena versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship in an I Quit match, which is a reference to one of my favorite matches of all time, John Cena versus The Miz. And The Miz had an ally, I can't remember who it was at the time, and it was an I Quit match, and John Cena got absolutely destroyed at the whole match, but then in the end he came up strong, and then there was the whole part with the mic, like um, John Cena pretended to say I quit just to give him time to heal, and then the ref found out. It's like, this match is starting again right now. And him versus The Miz, they had a massive feud. There's also, John Cena and The Rock versus The Miz and R-Truth. But this match here was, this is a very special one to me, watching it growing up. But also just, it's going to be a phenomenal one. John Cena versus The Miz, I Quit match for the Intercontinental Championship. John Cena does win, but leading up to this, we do get a proper heel Miz, which is good because at the moment he's a heel, but he's just like a coward, goofy. Like, this is a proper Miz heel. Okay, and so John Cena wins that, and then the finale match of Bad Blood, and it is a fatal 4-way in the Hell in a Cell. So we're getting 2 Hell in a Cell matches. We had a women's one, and now we're getting a men's one. And this is the main event, and as it should be. So we have the Demon Finn Balor. I've only got the Finn Balor here, but it is the Demon Finn Balor. We have Uncle Howdy continuing their feud from SummerSlam in the casket match. We have the new Shinsuke Nakamura. Because remember, after his return to face LA Knight, or before that, just before he returned, he's got this new dark aura, new theme music, this new look. He's evil, dark. And then the fourth person is going to be Penta. And this is going to be in a Hell in a Cell match, and this is going to be the brutalest mess you have ever seen. There's going to be blood. There's going to be staples needed after this. Like, this is just rage in a cell. Rage. It's literally hell. Literally, with Uncle Howdy and the Demon Finn Balor plus Penta plus Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, this is just the devil. The devil match. And this is for the United States Championship. So Shinsuke Nakamura goes in as champion, but the winner is Finn Balor. Finn Balor finally gets a victory and wins the United States Championship as the Demon Finn Balor. So I think that's really nice, and the nice. And that's another thing I kind of haven't really done too much with. Well, obviously I talked about Shinsuke Nakamura in my. This is kind of like a series right now, isn't it? It's not the part 4. In the series, I've talked about Shinsuke, how I could have used him more. But Uncle Howdy and Panther as well. I rarely use them, but I have ideas for 2026 following this vision, if that makes sense. So yeah, and that's the end of Bad Blood, guys. Next up, between then and now, uh, John Cena has a rematch against The Miz on the Raw. It's just a regular match, and John Cena defends his Intercontinental Championship against The Miz then. Just looking. Where am I? Why am I in this? Sorry, this list is massive, and I'm currently back in the SummerSlam section. I don't know, I'm scrolling around like crazy. Okay, so that was just October Bad Blood. Now up to the first PLE of November, which is Crown Jewel, but before that, a new team is formed, a faction called Mean Girls. And this is when they're formed, and this is the debut of this team. And this team consists of Cara Jade, Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez, and Carmella. These 4 women, and then for my vision for 2026, which I've slowly started to think about and work on, they're gonna be like destroying backstage, and they're gonna be a proper faction. They're gonna it's good. It adds new entertainment to this because we don't necessarily have any new factions, and yeah, it's all over the place. Now, Crown Jewel, like I said, I don't think that there's a Crown Jewel. If you gotta see, there's literally no Crown Jewel. Are you kidding me? Let's just do Hell in a Cell. I should use this as the background for Bad Blood. Are you serious? Anyway, Crown Jewel. Now remember, from last year's Crown Jewel and onwards, we now have the Crown Jewel Championship, where the 2 champions go head to head. And I think it's going to be good. The way I've worked it out this year is good. Whereas 2024, it was good, but it was just in the middle of everything. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther was right bang spanking in the middle of Cody's feud with Kevin Owens, and it made no sense for KO just for Cody to step back from KO. Just, oh my god, it was like they were building the KO feud while Crown Jewel, like before Crown Jewel, like I don't know, doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so starting the match off, we have the women's match for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. The 50-carat gold, diamond, emerald, ruby. I'm literally naming every Minecraft ore here. It starts off, okay. And so, obviously, if you've been paying attention, for the female Crown Jewel Championship, we have the WWE Women's Champion versus the World Heavyweight Women's Champion. Now, this match I've wanted forever. I think the chemistry, like they teamed up for Survivor Series, but the chemistry against each other, I just think it's going to be phenomenal, especially considering that these are the 2 cover stars for the deluxe edition of 2K24. I think this is going to be like another contender, or at least a runner-up or a contender, or a special mentioned when I do a video of. Well, if this was the case, this would be one of the best matches of 2025. I don't know what I'm saying. I just got lost for a second. My apologies. And these 2 fight. They have a massive feud, fight, whatever. And Bianca wins. So Bianca Belair, the WWE Women's Champion, wins the Crown Jewel Championship. She wins that, and then she also wins the ring because they don't get to hold the championship. It stays in Saudi Arabia. People to look at, I guess. Yeah, which is nice. So to think about it, last year's was Liv Morgan was the Crown Jewel champion, and this year was Bianca Belair. I think that's really good because Crown Jewel is obviously at this point the best of the best. You have the 2 best on each roster go at each other. So this is obviously the best of the best, and it kind of determines which roster is better. Sort of, if you think about it. I don't know. So that's the first match, and yeah, Rhea Ripley Bianca Belair becomes the women's crown jewel champion. Next up, we got a tag team match, just a standard tag team match. Um, but it's a nice one, and it is John Cena. So this is actually the one. John Cena isn't actually defending his Intercontinental Championship here. Interestingly enough, and he's teaming with his brother R-Truth. R-Truth is it's so sweet how R-Truth looks up to John Cena, you know. And they're going against the tag team of The Miz and Karrion Kross. I don't know if this. I think this is his Karrion Kross's first barely appearance of 205 that I got him as. Obviously, both The Miz and Karrion Kross both attempted to defeat John Cena for that championship. They didn't get it. But yeah, I reckon this would be a nice match. And I reckon I was like, should I do Karrion Kross and team with The Miz? But I'm like, who else would team with The Miz right now? Literally. Yeah. And I think I skipped something. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna go back to. I can't remember if I did or not. Okay, this is a quick. I completely skipped this. I don't know if I said this or not. Before King and Queen of the Ring, in May, Naomi and Sasha Banks lose their tag team titles to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So they kind of defend them on their, associated program, Raw or SmackDown. Where was I? Sorry, I just came back to my mind. Like I said at the start of this, during the start of part one, like, it's going to get to the stage where I'm like, I was supposed to say this here. And you're like, well, why isn't it all on a list? Well, it is all on a list, but it's hard to read. Not gonna lie, I try to space it out as much as possible. Sometimes I accidentally skip over things. Like I said, I accidentally scroll over things sometimes. Anyway, this is a match at Crown Jewel, and the winners are John Cena and R-Truth. Which, obviously, like, come on. And it'll be really sweet, they'll both finish with R-Truth and John Cena doing the John Cena's signature 5-knuckle shuffle, Anyway. Whoo. Anyway, another tag team match. Oh, why didn't I just... For the women's tag team champions. So that means we obviously have Liv Morgan. I thought I should include her in Crown Jewel because, she was a Crown Jewel champion last year. And like I said, I don't know if I said earlier, I want to keep some sort of gold on her. Because she was the female superstar of 2024. So, like, her going from that to having nothing didn't necessarily make sense. But then again, I just realized, like, Cody Rhodes. So, yeah, I'm kind of just... The confliction is real. Anyway. Oh my god, it's literally been like 4 hours. I'm so tired. It's 10 o'clock at night I'm doing this. Okay. And they are going against the tag team of Roxanne Perez and Cara Jade from the new faction, Mean Girls. So, here's Sky. Why is she a preset? That's crazy. And the winners here are Roxanne Perez and Cara Jade. So, they become the new tag team champions. With the women's, there's only one set of tag team belts. So, I can't remember if it's the World Tag Team Champions or WWE Tag Team Champions or just Women's Tag Team Champions. I don't know, but Roxanne Perez and Cara Jade are the Women's Tag Team Champions, and they carry those belts into 2026. And that match, by the way, would have been phenomenal. Those four in the ring, just phenomenal. And I think this is the last match I have for Crown Jewel, which is obviously for the Crown Jewel Championship, which is going to be a huge match, which obviously is the men's ones, which should obviously main event Crown Jewel. And like I said before, if you've been paying attention, you should know. Now this match is going to go so hard. the Black Mask or Randy Orton being, who is the World Heavyweight Champion, the Raw belt, versus the King of the Ring, Kevin Owens. Let me reset all that. We have the Black Mask, Randy Orton, the World Heavyweight Champion, versus King of the Ring, the WWE Universal Champion, Drew McIntyre, for the Crown Jewel Championship. This match would go extremely hard, brutal, slaps going across the place, RKOs everywhere, claymores everywhere, and this is the type of match that you would expect for them to be able to kick out of finishes. Yeah, interestingly enough, yeah. And the winner here, and by the way, these two fight until there's like not even oxygen they can breathe. Like they're dead. They're literally dead in this match. Randy Orton wins and becomes the Crown Jewel Championship, which is nice because that means Bianca Belair, because when she won the WWE Universal Women's Championship, she went to SmackDown because that's the associated belt. But a Raw person on the men's side won. So it's nice. SmackDown female winner, Raw male winner. Yeah. We have, even though that means Randy Orton is now on Raw technically because he has the World Heavyweight Championship. I kind of got confused with that. And like I said, there are so many gaps in this that I do apologize. Randy Orton becomes the new Crown Jewel Champion for 2025. That's really nice. Cody Rhodes last year. Randy Orton this year, but they are dead. There's blood everywhere. These two are done for. They're dead. They're gasping for air. They're just struggling. And then Jay's music hits. He gets to the announce table. He runs past the ring because after what happened was they both Randy and Drew collapses in the ring, and then obviously a referee and Triple H come out and they help Randy up for a little bit, and he gets froze with the Saudi Arabia crew with the new Crown Jewel Championship, and then Jay's music hits, and then Triple H and the ref and whoever have to quickly get out of the ring. Randy falls back to the ground dead. He's literally dead, and so is Drew. And then so what happens is Jey Uso gets to the announce table where they have the championship belts on display on the little podium things. And funny Jey Uso will do like the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And then he makes sure that it lands on Drew McIntyre's WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. And Jey Uso then cashes in, and then he's like, well, I want to get Drew, and then he pins Drew, and then wins the WWE Universal Championship. So I think it's, and then Drew's just angry, but he's dead, and he can't do anything about it. And it's an interesting thing to have someone cash in on two champions in the ring at the same time. Like, who do you go for? And at first I was like, well, hang on, if you pinned one of them, would you get both championships? But I don't think that's how it would go. So anyway, Jey Uso defeats Drew. So Drew loses twice in one match, technically. Felt like poor Drew, man. But he got his championship run, and it went from SummerSlam in August to early November, being Crown Jewel. And so, I didn't necessarily have many feuds set up for him. I don't know if I even had a title defense for him. That's another gap I gotta fill up, I guess, potentially. But yeah, that's how Crown Jewel ends, with Jay becoming the WWE Universal Champion. Okay, now onto Survivor Series. Holy crap, we're getting there, guys. We're starting things off with the women's match. Women's War Games match. I think that's what they usually do anyway. Or is it 10? I can't remember. Where the hell is War Games? Am I tripping? Hang on, is it? No. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I think it was, hang on. Oh my god. Was it here that you do it? Ladder, table, hand, soul, steel cage, steel sea, Iron Man, full screen, animation, lost my. I'm so sorry, I don't know where it is. Oh, it's down here. I'm literally dumb. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, okay. We're starting off with women's war games 4v4. I think the men's one I did 5v5. We'll see how that goes. Let me just. First off, we have the Mingles, the new faction. I think this is fantastic. We actually get a proper faction in the female division defense working on this thing, because the last few years it's. Well, actually, no, sorry, my apologies. It was damage control, but the other team was just a mixture of made up team. I'm just gonna be quiet. But we got the Mingles for team one, and so that means we have my back. I've been here for like 5 hours. Not really, 4 hours. Tiffany Stratton, we have Cora Jade. Oh, I just went pause it. Roxanne Perez, and then Carmella. And they will be in a war game. Oh yeah, Charlotte Flair. That's actually one of them. Charlotte Flair is a mixture of people that are now feuding with the Mean Girls team on Raw or SmackDown. I can't remember what I had them as on what roster. We have Selena Vega. I really want to see her in a War Games match. Should be phenomenal, just like an Elimination Chamber. Then we have Bailey, who is still Bailey in the Bank. I don't know if that's what you call it, Bailey in the Bank. That sounds actually good. Bailey in the Bank. I like that. And then last one is Alexa Bliss. She's finally. This is a perfect match for Alexa Bliss. So these four women, have had it with these Mean Girls. The Mean Girls, look, the Mean Girls faction. If I could describe them, the way I came up with them, they're just the Barbie brats. So yeah, that's who they are, and they go against these guys, and the Mean Girls start with the advantage, and the winners are Charlotte Flair's team, which kind of makes sense looking at the talent on this side compared to that side. With former world champions on Charlotte Flair's side. Anyway, so that's the first one. Now, I might as well do the men's one now, even though it's not next. It's gonna main event Survivor Series. So, men's war game. So this is the final match. It's the Bloodline 2.0. I literally cannot get any of them except for solo up, and I think it's 5v5 actually. But what I do is so for the Bloodline 2.0 team, and this is a match that I've been wanting for a while, but originally it was the OG Bloodline, but obviously they wouldn't necessarily face them anymore. I want Bronson Reed rejoining up with Bloodline 2.0, and I mean like full time after. From this point onwards, he's like actually a part of the team, And so there's also Jacob Fatu, Tamatonga, and Tamaloa. Tongaloa, Tamatonga. Oh my god, it's a tongue twister. And then they're going against the Judgment Day. So you got, please, whatever you do, don't be Damien. Oh my god. Dirty Dom. Stop going onto that side. JD, and then I've also got, Carlito. But also Logan Paul is also the 5th member. Logan Paul's teaming up with Judgment Day. They've had like a minor alliance throughout 2024, especially when it was hard to explain when there was a Jey Uso feud with. I don't know. It was interesting. Anyway, so we got the Bloodline 2.0 with Bronson Reed versus the Judgment Day with Logan Paul, and in War Games, and the winning team is Bloodline 2.0. Clearly. Also, I forgot to mention. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Before Survivor Series PLE, Chad Gable defeats Finn Balor for the United States Championship on SmackDown. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now this. Okay. Next, we'll do the second match. This is the second match of the PLE. Why are we in Backlash? I honestly couldn't care anymore. And it is uh, one that we've had a couple of times, but like I really wanted. I feel like when we have gotten it, we haven't gotten the most out of it, and I really want to, you know, I just want these two, no interruptions or anything. We have. What am I doing? Rhea Ripley, where are you? Raquel Rodriguez going after Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley obviously defending her World Heavyweight Championship, which Rhea wins. Third match is a John Cena match. Now this is a match. A now angry and furious Drew McIntyre, after not only losing the Crown Jewel Championship, but also losing the WWE Universal Championship. We have an angry Drew McIntyre that wants gold desperately and is willing to do whatever to get it. And so it's now this is a match. Also, this is one of the matches John Cena has to do in 2025. Like seriously, like it has to happen. John Cena versus Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship, in which Drew McIntyre is so distracted in his own hatred and anger that John Cena takes advantage of him strategically and defeats Drew McIntyre. It's a very smart play. And that's the third match. And then the fourth match. Ooh, there's a fourth match. So there's 5 matches for this PLE. The fourth one is a tag team match. And this one is. How do I say this? Interesting. I really dug deep into this, and I've come up with a new tag team. This is, like I said, in like part 1, which was like 4 hours ago now. Where am I looking? This is a down year for Cody Rhodes. He's frustrated, he's angry, he becomes heel, etc. The American Nightmare literally becomes a nightmare, and he teams up with Brock Lesnar, and they become a tag team. And they will literally dominate the men's tag team division in 2026. I'm pretty sure I have early on in 2026 they'll have it in my vision, in my list. They will have a tag team match for the titles, get them back off of Viking Raiders or War Raiders, whatever they're called. And obviously we have, but this is the thing though. This match is interesting because it's 2 heel teams. We now have Braun Strowman going completely heel, and obviously the Black Mask. Still the WWE, sorry, the World Heavyweight Championship holder. So he still holds the title. And Cody Rhodes is obviously jealous. This will be a fantastic match. Cody and Brock obviously win. Brock could honestly beat them in a handicap match. Full stop. And then, yeah, that's like a brutal match for War Game. Like, Survivor Series, come on. That is literally where it should take place. Either there or Bad Blood. Anyway, and that's the end of Survivor Series, because remember the men's War Games match was the main event. Now, between then and December being Saturday night's main event. Okay, it's been like 40 minutes, so we've got time. Backstage on like an episode of SmackDown or whatever, Drew McIntyre, Seth, and Kevin team up to destroy Roman and Sami backstage. They just sneak up on them, and beat the living hell out of them. Roman's last words for a while. So obviously they beat the hell out of him, and then Jay and Jimmy show up to help. And Roman's last words, like he's being like pinned against, like he's being like destroyed by Drew McIntyre here. And so Roman's last words as Jay and Jimmy come over. Roman to Jay's like, he apologizes again, which also I really should have mentioned this earlier on in the year. Early on in 2025, Roman Reigns needs to apologize to Sami, Jay, and Jimmy. I really need that to happen. But anyway, Roman Reigns apologizes here. He apologizes to his bloodline, and he hands Jay the Ulafala, Jay Uso, who is now the WWE Universal Champion. And this is big, guys. This is very big. This is the awakening of God mode Jay Uso. And so Jay and Jimmy, and also a now babyface Carmelo Hayes, teams up with Jay and Jimmy to take on this alliance. Remember I said they were like a team? You know, they had their match at Fastlane. And so here we go. Jay, Jimmy, and you know Kamala Hayes. He's like frustrated. He hadn't put them down for a match, but he kind of had like a SmackDown feud with Kevin Owens Kevin Owens versus Kamala Hayes was like a feud that was going to happen on SmackDown around Fastlane or even SummerSlam really, and so that's why Kamala Hayes wants to help out to get, you know, because he hates Kevin Owens at the time. And yeah, but this is God mode Jay. He now has the WWE Universal Championship. He's furious, frustrated, and angry, and he has the order follow. Roman Reigns handed it to Jay to protect the bloodline because Roman would be out for a couple months, or like a month, or because I wanted this to be like the start of December, whereas the 2026 Royal Rumble would be, you know, mid to late Jan. I don't know. So, the very first match. Hang on. There isn't a Saturday night. Back in Backlash, I guess. Oh my days. First things first, this is a match, and this is a feud that kind of grew on SmackDown, and this would be a phenomenal match. Pun intended, literally. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I want this at Saturday night's main event in December 2025. This would be historically good. And now returns AJ Styles. He made his return in Clash of the Castle, but I think his return was more so of just an appearance and say, I'm back, but I'm not medically cleared. Please allow me to still recover, but I want you to know that I'm still here and I'm still gonna try and do something. Yeah. So there we go. That's the first match where AJ Styles wins, and AJ Styles defeats Shinsuke Nakamura. One of the first losses for Shinsuke during the year. Obviously, he lost in bad blood in that fatal 4-way, but, you know, it is what it is. Next up. Now, this is a match which I just want to go over. This is going to also be like a God tier match. So this is what happens. We have Jimmy Uso and Kamala Hayes versus Kevin Owens and was it Seth Rollins I had? Yep, in a tornado tag team match. Yeah, let this sink in for a little bit, guys. So first things first, before the match even starts, the entrances. I have this new entrance theme in mind for this tag team of Jimmy and Kamala Hayes, and I listened to it on Spotify. Someone's done a remix. It's amazing. It's the Jimmy Uso entrance song with Kamala Hayes. It's like Jimmy Uso's background music for "I Was Born a King." That's the background music, and then it's the lyrics for Kamala Hayes' hymn song over Jimmy. Oh, it sounds so good. Anyway, these become a tag team. You know, before they enter the ring, they put their fingers up to the sky to represent the bloodline. Kamala Hayes is, from this point onwards, sort of an ally, and he becomes a babyface because of his feud with Kevin Owens. And then there's obviously KO and Seth Rollins. And believe it or not, I have Jimmy Uso and Kamala Hayes winning this match, this tag team. Realistically, that wouldn't make any sense, but that's just what I've kind of done, just to kind of end this feud with this alliance that's trying to target the bloodline, you know? And so Seth and KO gets eliminated. Seth gets eliminated. Heel Seth gets eliminated, by Jimmy. But that's the thing. Jimmy and Kamala Hayes are very underrated, especially Jimmy. And that's the second match. But yeah, they got this when they walk into the ring, or when they get their victory. When they get their victory, Jimmy and Kamala Hayes have their new tag team theme song, which goes so hard. Now, the next match. Holy crap. I've been thinking about this in my head lately, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it. It's God tier mode. It's God mode Jey Uso. We've never seen this guy before. This is God mode Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. I guess you could say it's the rematch from Raw on Netflix day one, But this is completely different. Again, same with Jimmy and Kamala Hayes. Jey Uso has a new entrance song, which I also heard on SoundCloud by someone that did a remix where it was the background music of Roman Reigns' intro before his SummerSlam return. So his original Tribal Chiefs sounds. That was the background, and then obviously over it was the main event Jey Uso song as the lyrics and stuff. And oh my god, it sounds like heaven, and it sounds like a literal god. Jey Uso walks to the ring, already shirtless, ready to fight, and his music plays for a bit, and he doesn't come out straight away. He waits for the song to get to a certain part, and then he slowly walks out, and then he walks to the center just before the ramp, and then he waits there menacingly, and he waits for even if it's 20 seconds, I'm serious, he waits there just in that spot, frowning, his face. Look at it. It's kind of like what he has now, but like an angry version. And yeah, and then he walks down the ring, and he's got his championship in his hand, and he's walking literally like a badass mo. And I've already sort of planned out this. I know I said in a while ago that I wasn't going to be talking about movesets or whatever. I've got some for this. Jey Uso is so ahead on this. He destroys Drew McIntyre. So the match starts off. Jey Uso doesn't even make it to the ring before Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew McIntyre goes to punch him. Jey dodges, gets behind him, does 2 super kicks, and then a Samoan drop onto the ramp. Then Jey Uso grabs him and drags him into the ring. The bell goes off, and then Jey Uso does a run up across the rope, run from rope to rope, and then does a spear. And then Drew McIntyre gets back up. They kind of grab each other, and they're pushing against each other, And then Drew McIntyre, obviously the more powerful person, would win here, you would imagine. But Jey quickly dodges behind him and grabs him by the leg, and Drew McIntyre falls forwards into the corner of the ring, hitting the ring post. And then it's just a phenomenal fight. Jey Uso's dodging everything. He's using a great moveset, even though it's specifically mainly just his Samoan drops, super kicks, Uso drop, just whatever, sorry about that. Yeah, so we have main event Jey Uso, the God. He's literally here, and he just destroys Drew McIntyre. Dodges all. Drew McIntyre does get a few brutal attacks on Jey, but Jey is just God. He's furious. This is God mode Jey Uso with all the fire with the championship. And obviously Jey Uso wins because, like I said, he dodges most of the attacks, and Drew McIntyre loses patience in himself, and he gets angry, and he gets distracted, kind of exactly like how his match went with Jey Uso and Raw. Drew McIntyre knew he had the upper hand, and he let it over consume him, and then Jey quickly got him with a roll up, an unexpected roll up. Main event Jey Uso wins, and that's how. Jey doesn't win with a roll up here. Jey Uso literally beats the living crap out of Drew McIntyre. Jey breaks Drew McIntyre's arm as well. by banging it constantly against the ring post. Um, you know, jumping. He had Drew McIntyre on the announce table, and then Jey Uso would jump onto that. And anyway, Jey Uso wins, retains, whatever, becomes victorious. Next up, we have two more guys. We're almost done. Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Universal Championship, Women's Championship, and this is a very interesting match, and I don't think I've. It just looks like a perfect match, and it really fits the theme of Saturday night's main event. I don't know why, it just feels like it does. For the championship, the Bianca does win. However, then Bayley's music goes in, and then Bayley cashes in her Bayley in the Bank, and becomes the new WWE Women's Champion, which is good. And hopefully, when I do my vision for 2026, I can really give Bayley the push that she deserves. I was thinking about giving her a push in this 2025 vision, but there was so much going on with obviously the return of Charlotte Flair. We knew that was coming. The Jade Cargill heel turn, and then I wanted to obviously get some more NXT women's call-ups like Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade to take some spotlight as well. So Bayley ends up as the WWE Women's Universal Champion. And the finale match is John Cena versus a mystery opponent for the Intercontinental Championship, which is the return of the final boss, The Rock. So The Rock returns as the final boss, and yeah, he hasn't been present since WrestleMania, but John Cena wins. John Cena actually does win this, and this is the third time this is ever happening, and it's gonna make so many people cry. It's a beautiful match. The finale match, the main event of Saturday Night Main Event, John Cena's last WWE match ever, John Cena versus The Rock. And I thought this was who John Cena had to finish with. This is who he had to, yeah. And John Cena wins, and at the end, like during the match and before the match, when Rock walks out, he's the heel, he's the final boss. It's kind of bloodline rules. It's Mama Rhodes. Look at you now. But yeah, so that's there we go. That's but that so The Rock is a full blown heel during the match at the beginning of the match, but at the end, The Rock gives John Cena his handshake and his hug and celebration. Everyone celebrates John Cena's career, and then the Intercontinental Championship is now declared as up for grabs. So there'll be a contendership starting off at 2026, and there'll be a Intercontinental Championship match at the 2026 Royal Rumble, which I have Sheamus winning, and Sheamus finally becoming a Grand Slam champion. I'm not sure who I'll have him against. But also, like I said, this is a mystery opponent as The Rock. So The Rock, the final boss, comes out. Suddenly, his music hits. It's crazy. The crowd goes wild. This is huge. Everyone's crying. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for this series, guys. It's a series, like, I guess it's 4 parts, so I hope you guys watch all 4. And what I've done is I've gone over my vision of 2025 of WWE on the main roster and the PLEs and the draft. I went over so much, guys. I hope you're proud of me. I spent months on this. I spent so many months on this, literally months. But also at the same time, like I said, there's so many different gaps and so many different things for me to work on. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I can come back to it. Maybe do a part 5 if I have the time. Otherwise, I can go straight into planning out 2026, in which God Mode Jey Uso is still in the lead. Male Superstar of the Year would have to be God Mode Jey Uso. Oh, sorry, just Jey Uso in general for 2025. And for the women's, it would have to be either Roxanne Perez or Jade Cargill. You can decide that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've literally been in the same spot for the last 5 hours. I gotta go do something. It's literally 10:30 at night. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll do some more wrestling videos later. Peace.